Alright, so it feels like Wano's about to end soon, and as we already know, Sanji has his Ifrit Jambe he unlocked after fighting Queen. So that begs the question, who will Sanji be fighting after the Wano arc? And that's what I'm here to answer today. So, without any further ado, let's jump right in. Alright, so it's popularly believed that after Wano we are heading out to Elbaf and that Elbaf has ties to Shanks himself. And it is also believed that the Red Hair Pirates and the Straw Hat Pirates will have a Davy back fight, or some type of clash where each member of the Straw Hat crew goes up against a member of Shanks' crew. I think this will be a fight to measure if Luffy has truly become a great pirate like he swore he would all the way back in the first chapter. So the question is, who would Sanji be fighting in this crew? Alright, so my first pick for Sanji's fight in the Red Hair Pirates is gonna have to be Lucky Roo. Now, Lucky Roo is a pretty obvious pick due to the fact that he's the third strongest on the crew, as well as the fact that it was stated that apparently Lucky Roo is insanely fast. I did not know this until recently, but apparently Lucky Roo has some type of super speed or fast travel ability that isn't specified just yet. But who do we know who's fast on the Straw Hats? Of course, Sanji. Who's the third strongest? Of course, Sanji. So I think this would be a great matchup. And then my alternative pick for the Red Hair Pirates is a little bit of a sleeper, or I don't know if it's a sleeper, but it's Ben Beckman. Now, I don't think Zoro will fight Ben Beckman due to reasons I already explained in the last video. I think Zoro will clash with Shanks, but check out the last video if you want to hear why. So Ben Beckman vs Sanji is definitely something I can see happening. Lucky Roo is definitely the most likely opponent, but Ben Beckman's just there. He's an open slot for Sanji to potentially fight. Ben Beckman hasn't really shown too much, but what we do know about him is he has an insanely high IQ, Sanji's pretty witty, Sanji's pretty smart. He did seem to scare Kizaru a little by Marineford, so I think this would be a good opponent for Sanji to fight before, obviously, the ultimate fight, which we'll get to a little later. But Ben Beckman vs Sanji, you know, he has a gun, he uses it as a club as well. I don't know if their fighting styles really mesh that much. I wouldn't say this is the best matchup, but it's a possible matchup, so we'll just throw it there. And then moving over, so of course we all know the Straw Hat Pirates will eventually clash with the Blackbeard Pirates. So for my next pick, I am going with Avalo Pizarro. Now, I haven't heard too many people speculate Sanji vs Avalo Pizarro, and you guys are probably wondering, why would I choose Avalo Pizarro? Now, I don't really have much of a reason for choosing him aside from process of elimination. So when I took a look at the Blackbeard Pirates, it didn't seem like anyone that really made sense for Sanji to fight. Jesus Burgers is too fodder, Shiryu can already fight Zoro, Van Auger's gonna fight Usopp. And then I eventually reached Avalo Pizarro, and he just seems like the strongest opponent that Sanji can fight due to the fact that he's the captain of the 4th ship, and the first 3 ships already have their fights taken. So I just went with Avalo Pizarro, but I'm starting to think it's even possible Sanji doesn't even fight a Blackbeard Pirate member, because none of these guys seem to make any sense for Sanji to fight. Alright, so as we know, the endgame opponents are going to be the world government. And that's why I chose this next pick, which is the fight we all want to see. Let's be honest, we all want to see this fight. Sanji vs Kizaru. So this is a fight we have to see in the story. It's been teased in the Shining Running Forever theme song. So many fan animations on YouTube, on TikTok, and everything. This is the fight we need. 2 super fast characters, and probably very high level observation users. This is the ultimate fight for Sanji, man. This would honestly be the most aesthetically pleasing fight arguably in the entire series. This is something even non-Sanji fans want to see. This is just that fight. And then, for my next Admiral pick, if Sanji doesn't end up fighting Kizaru, and I know no one wants to hear this, but it's still a possibility that he can fight someone else, which is why I chose Green Bull. Now, Green Bull, it's looking dangerous for the Sanji vs Kizaru matchup, because Green Bull almost is too perfect. So we don't know much about Green Bull, but the reason I feel like this fight makes so much sense is due to Green Bull's introduction. In his introduction, he says he won't eat unless a lady feeds him, and he also says he has not eaten in 3 years. Now, you know how Sanji is, man. Sanji don't let no one starve. It doesn't matter who you are, if you're an ally or enemy, and he will find that a disgrace to food and the culinary culture that you choose to ignore. I feel like this would be the best fight if we're going with personalities, because Sanji's personality and Green Bull's personality would be such an amazing combination to watch go at it, man. Especially with the fact that Sanji's attacks are all named off food, which would just be, yo, I'm telling y'all, Oda might have made Green Bull to fight Sanji, I'ma be honest. That might have been the thing. And it would make sense considering Fujitora is most likely Zoro's opponent, so Oda introduces the 2 new admirals who will be Zoro and Sanji's opponents during the time skip. So I'm thinking Greenbow vs Sanji is actually quite likely, though I do want to see Sanji vs Kizaru. And then lastly, this is a pick that I don't think anyone's seen. Alright, and now for the last pick, the very end of the story. In the Mary Draw territory, we have the 5 elders, and I think Sanji will fight the blonde one. The blonde one with his hands in his pockets. Now, the reason I chose this guy is honestly because, come on, who else got their hands in the pockets wearing a nice suit? We got Sanji, man. Sanji versus this guy, we can have a nice little kickoff. This guy looks like he uses karate just by his posture and position. And I mean, this is a lot of headcanon, but I can actually see Sanji going off. They both got blonde hair, suits, hands in pockets. Doesn't look like he uses his fist that much, but that's just how he's sitting down. I could be tripping, but I feel like this is a possibility. And yeah, that's all of Sanji's fights after Wano. I think that would be the end. I mean, Sanji's most likely gonna find the old blue as a result of Luffy finding the One Piece, as many of us speculate. But we'll see how things go. Either way, that's all of Sanji's opponents after Wano. And yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like. Comment your thoughts down below. Was I tripping on some of my picks? Let me know. As always, people, have an awesome day. Just a hero.